Kristal Vance, and I'm really excited to have you here this evening. You may be watching it live with all of us who made it on this evening. Hey, Jeff Crowder, I love to see faces on here. Richard Hawkins, great to see you as well. You know what? We are in such an exciting time right now, and it's people from all over the United States. I see people from Canada. We have people from South Africa as we're launching Africa. There is a lot going on right now. We just are opening up a huge group with Latinos. I am telling you what, there could never be a better place to be. And we are bringing in any person. This is not a respecter of persons. That's what I love about this. This is for New Age is for not just the professional doctors, nurses, which that's what we have on here this evening, but it is for the single mom, the working two jobs dad, the pastor, the teacher, the coach, the sales rep. You guys, this is for anybody. It's for anybody who goes, one, I want to make my health a priority. Someone in my household needs better health or wants to keep the health they have. We're spending money there. Do you know that you could use the money that you're spending there to catalyze you forward, that when Friday comes, there's enough money in the checking account to pay those things that you use? Anybody else tired of there being more week than there is money in the account? Even as a doctor, I got tired of shuffling stuff around. The money was going to be there. How many of you know that God's got you? That some way, somehow the bills are getting paid. They always do. Some way there is provision. But when of just surviving in it. And so here's what I found. That people who were mentored and guided by people who have been mentored and guided, right? Knowledge that's passed on to other people. When they're taught how to use their money to make them more money, it's a beautiful thing. Because I can tell you, there's not many problems and issues, the stuff that's on your shoulders, the stress that's on your shoulders, there's not many of those things that you cannot change in some positive way if you had extra income, because the income becomes a tool for the solution. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, I truly believe that myself and Joy are going to share with you over the next 10 to 15 minutes a way that you could incorporate into your life to unbury yourself. At least that's what I did. That's what we're doing. Okay. So with that, I'm going to share my screen here, which is always a little interesting. Everybody knows that. It's like, oh no, here she goes. New. Oh, play. Ha. Yay, look at me, guys. I am telling you what, if there's a will, there's a way. So I'd like to welcome you to New Age. Now I want you to know that that name has nothing to do except that it's time for people to take back their lives. It's a new age, a new time, a new dawn. And I want to introduce you to someone. Her name is Joy Muhlestein. She's from Wyoming area. Her roots are right there in the middle of the West, but she lives out there on the edge of the West, out there in crazy California right now. And we've got her here this evening with us. She's an RN. She's a mom. I put this picture up there because that's her why. That is her why. Those 4 kids. She's a nurse working nights. Can you imagine what it's like to be a night nurse and the craziness of that? And yet she still is a mom to 4 kids. She still runs a household, and her husband is a contractor. They own their own business. And yet she goes, you know what? I find value here with NewAge. So Joy, I would love for you to share your story.
There we go. Oh, the two of us will text. Here we go. Thank you for that introduction. And yes, my life is insane. I had set up my room with my light and my camera, and everything was going to be perfect for tonight. And then my son got a call that said, hey, come out to the high school baseball game. I want to introduce you to the coach. So I'm actually sitting here watching a high school baseball game, sitting here with my daughter, who is part of my why. And that's what I love about this opportunity. I fit it into my schedule as I can. And because I believe in it so much, I believe in getting it into my schedule as much as I can. This opportunity is one that, like Kristal said, anyone can do. A working mom, a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home dad. There's so many different situations in our world anymore. And who isn't looking for better health? Who isn't looking for more wealth? And that's the thing that really caught my attention. I can use products that I already was using, protein shakes, vitamins, supplements, and then I get paid for it. As we have all started this process, in January of this year, my son and I decided we were going to do the weight loss challenge. And that has been such a rewarding experience for me. I know as an adult, it's hard to lose weight. And it's even harder for a kid because of all the temptations, especially when he's surrounded by cousins and temptations and sweets. But this program, these products, this healthy way of life has allowed us to make a family lifestyle change. And in that process, he has released almost 30 pounds. That's a huge, huge accomplishment for anyone, but for a 12-year-old kid who, it makes my heart swell because I feel it as a mom. I finally found something to help him not have to go into an unhealthy lifestyle as an adult. And as someone who struggled with my weight my entire life, that is the most rewarding thing that I can do. All I'm saying is that if you want to change, I don't know what your change is. I don't know if you want more, if you need more money, if you're paying one bill and then the next month paying another, if you're looking for better products that you know are clean, products that you trust, products that I don't have to read the back of the label anymore to know that I'm giving my kids something good. This is your place. Get back to that person. Get back to the person that invited you here, because they want you to know exactly what we know, and you don't know until you ask. And we can't just puke on you. Like, we want to share it, but we want to also respect you. So if you're interested and you have any excitement at all, get back to that person and let
Joy. Yeah, I from a nurse, puke on you. I love it. A mom of four and a nurse who's like, don't let that happen. Right. I love it. Just totally just real talk. I don't know if you could have said that any better. So I want to say, if I have never met you before, I was practicing for 20 years, seeing 40 patients a day. Life was a little different 6 years ago when I was really out there looking for a way to, one, create more income, because working all those hours a day, seeing all those patients a day, knowing that I just had to get up the next day and do it all over again. I didn't have a way to create residual income. And I thought about doing real estate and getting into real estate. And I was like, oh, all of the things that can come with real estate and having rental properties. And I was like, man, and the other thing is a house can't have a house, and it doesn't, right? It literally would have to be me, and I would have to be trusting someone, and it wasn't my lane. I didn't know anything about it. There wasn't one thing that I'm good at that I could throw into real estate and go, I'm going to be really good at this. And yet I saw this, like I already needed my own health transformation. And I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get some of these tools and I'm going to start utilizing them myself. And I'm going to start getting my own story. And along the same time, when I see other people who are just like me, we're going to form our own little community of people, which will create a distribution channel. And then we're going to honor this company with all of these certificates going, we promise to give you the best of the best. As a doctor, that was important to me. To see the certificates that they're giving for the sports informed, for not just organic, but clean. To see a company who has a FDA approved facility to create out of, that's a big deal. And to see supplements that are not regulated be in the physician's desk reference. I was like, wait, this isn't Uncle Roy's network marketing company. This is different. And I am telling you, NewAge is so different. I want to share my screen again. Here we go. Fingers crossed, everybody. If you need to see a visual, this is what I've done on my transformation. I've approaching 160 pounds that I have let go of. I love it. Joy's like released. You know what? It seems like forever ago. And one thing is I always felt like who I am right now on the inside. And I'd look at the mirror and be like, who is that? So it doesn't feel like I'm this new me. It feels like finally the inside and the outside is matching. And I want that for you. I want you to have the freedom of thought of not thinking about what your health and maybe weight. This is not a weight loss company, but I can tell you that most people who are unhealthy are overweight because your cells are full of inflammation and you're holding on to fat, you're retaining water, you're having to take medications. And we don't diagnose disease or illness here, but I can tell you, after 20 years of practice, what you put in, you get out. And if you want a fast food lifestyle, you're going to have a fast food health style. You will not be healthy eating that way, and you know it. And so right now, no, never. When I went into the health and wellness industry, I went there because I knew that health was always going to be a market I could create money in. I'm a businesswoman. I didn't become a doctor because I only wanted to help people. I wanted to become a doctor because I wanted to help people and I wanted to have an amazing lifestyle. I wanted to thrive. I've always wanted to thrive. I always knew I was meant for more. And I'm telling you, you found your people, because I know you have too, or you wouldn't be on here. You're looking, you're going, I'm tired of the rut. I don't want that anymore. I want to excel in life. Well, you found your community of people. Who are we? NewAge is a social selling and distribution company. See, we're changing what network marketing and multi-level marketing looks like. It's time it changed. Now, that industry is amazing, and it's created many, 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 many multi-millionaires who never would have had a chance in any other industry. And the reason is it creates residual income. If I could show you, and I'm gonna at the end of this, I'm gonna show you how you could take the next 3 months and create $1,000 a month of residual income that came in every month. Would you do what I shared to do? Household. And if it does, then you're in the right place. because I'm going to show you how to redirect the money you're spending on your healthcare needs and your diet needs. We're going to spend it in a new location, and it's going to give you the ability to start turning a machine that can create residual, meaning you do the work once and it starts to build on itself. That's what I didn't have in my job. Even though I owned it, it was still a job. I had to see a patient, and I had to see a next patient, and I had to see the next patient. Okay. More than 80% of business is ordered and fulfilled online right now, direct to consumers. Do you want a piece of that? Because I am telling you, these Fortune 500 companies do, and they don't know how to get a piece of it until now that they're watching what Amazon and NewAge is doing. They are moving many different products through distribution channels, and you are the consumer. You are the distribution channel. So we are allowing any consumer to have a part of health and wellness, weight management, immunity, nutrition, skincare, athletic performance. They allow us to build a social selling network from home around the world and get commissions for life on it. For life. All right, NewAge is not brand new. There's many companies that are a part of this. This is a collaboration, but the NewAge company began in July of 2016. They were NewAge beverage. Things like Evian water, heard of them? Yeah. Zing energy drinks using ginseng. There's so many different beverages, and that's what they began with, a healthy beverage line. And then they went on to the NASDAQ. We are publicly traded right now at $2 and some cents. And I am telling you what, you want to get as much of that as you possibly can. That's a huge retirement for you if you can funnel some money into a company that is going into momentum. In 2018 to currently going through the process, they acquired a company called Mirinda, which is one of the first super nutrients called Tahitian noni, and all kinds of different things that they are bringing into the market ahead of everybody else, developing the CBD product into some amazing, oh my goodness, what is on the line scientifically, what they are bringing to the table is incredible. First takeover and an acquisition of the company called RX. Now, RX has been around, and they are the ones that come with the gold seal of approval. If it isn't the best of the best, they don't want it. Health and wellness, athletic performance, all of those categories I spoke about, now adding clean skincare. Major stuff going on here with NewAge. But what that means, if none of that excited you, what this should. June 1st, we become a $500 million startup company. Changing consumer purchasing, not going to the GNC to purchase it, going to your own business link to purchase it. The retail, we know these things are changing. When was the last time you walked into one of those stores? Most of our purchases are coming from online, from things like Amazon, but Amazon doesn't pay you. And the other thing is we as consumers are tired of those kind of products being shoved at us. We know that Europe and all of them regulate their products. We know the US is not, and we're tired of it as consumers. If we're going to be the best nation, then why are we funneling all of this yuck products to our people? Enough is enough. It's time to take a stand. So here we are, our initial strategy, a portfolio of healthy functional beverages, changing how we're going to market it to people, and then bringing in social and word of mouth branding and business building. Health and wellness, healthy appearance, nutritional performance. and we're only getting bigger. We're adding things like bioavailable supplements, clean skincare and cosmetics. How about a SPF in the summer that doesn't give you carcinogens on your skin? New packaging coming from many different companies, boosting your immune system in a time where everybody is focused on that, yet you aren't getting a piece of it. You could earn commissions on showing people a better way. And so many different things coming up, DNA testing kits and solutions. And I mean, they are breaking, like, what is groundbreaking scientific breakthroughs that they're going to be presenting to us. And here's the thing, we are already as a startup in over 75 markets all over the world. E-commerce is becoming social commerce. It's a new multifunctional hub. It's the office, especially after COVID. It's the school, it's the gym, it's the safe haven, it's the restaurant, it's the retail store and more. And now we have a way to create income with it. We need leaders. We need people who, there's no such thing as business ethics. There's just ethics. We need you. We want to build a company based on that. We're incorporating the processes with management, the elite of the elite. People like Brent Willis. I got excited there for a second. But people like Brent Willis, who was the youngest CEO of Coca-Cola, and he took a small boutique beer company and turned it in to Stella Artois. Ever heard of them? They literally in the process of doing a takeover of Anheuser-Busch, one of the largest companies ever. And yet as a CEO, he said, I'm not serving the masses of people. I've done it with Coca-Cola. Everybody's type 2 diabetic now. I've done it with beer. What have I been doing? I owe it to this world to bring healthy back to it. And so he is one of our management team who is helping us to move forward. Systems. The systems are all being put in place. An amazing, beautiful new website, back office, mobile websites, things that look very similar to like Amazon. When you have $500 million startup company, they have money to spend on these things. We have the science, the technology behind to make sure what we are doing is working. And now we are responsible for creating the culture. People who want to thrive, people who want to succeed, people who are using social media. And even if you don't, you're 3 people away from somebody who has over 100,000 followers on one of the platforms. 3 people away. Look at the amount of money that are being spent in these areas. Those are billions of dollars being spent. And I could sit here and go through all of this, but this is the growth pattern over the last 5 years. 2016 to 2021. Always the first to go, and then North America and Latin America follows. What is happening here is only going to get bigger. Do not miss it. We are a network of over 400,000 brand partners. We are becoming unleashed. June 1st, the next 6 months is going to be absolutely insane. Get a piece of it. Welcome to NewAge. Now, I told you I would show you how to do this, and it's simple. You get something called a pack. The pack has different tools, different products that you currently already spend your money on, and will help you go through and find one that fits your budget. things that you would actually want to use. We have some that are already created that give you your best bang for your buck. We'll help you find that. But once you have your pack, what do you want to do? Like, do I have to go talk to 4,000 people? Because when I was sitting there going, well, I could find over the next 5 years, I could come into contact and get over, I could get a handful, and that could grow, and then that could grow. What if you could get 4? So that's what I'm teaching you to this evening. I'm going to show you how in the next 90 days, you could take 4 people and turn it into an extra $1,000 a month. We call this a play. You would get your pack this evening or as soon as possible. You'd make a list of 20 people that you know health and wellness is important to, or people that you know are entrepreneurial at heart, that are go-getters, that are influencers, that are people who want to change the world like us, who are tired of settling. Out of 20 people, they're not all going to get it. And I'm telling you, if you can overcome the 16 who probably will say, I'm not interested, to find the 4 who will say they will, you can take those 4 people, do exactly the same thing with them. And the next thing you have is 16 of you, 20 of you, 21 of you actually, who are now working together. Now you help those 16 go find 4, all of you working together, and you're at 64 people. We have found that if you will do that, you will be averaging about $1,000 extra a month coming in, because you're getting a small piece of what everybody is doing as a community. It's not one gets it. That's just going to continue. The 4 go and get 4, and we help them get 4. And we keep it very, very simple. I want to be able to look at a kindergartner and say, what do? I make a list of 20 people. I expose them to what New Age is. And out of that, I'm going to find 4 people who will do the same thing that I did. And that makes the cog wheel run. You can see this. 64, the law of multiplication is good, but most people stop right there. They kind of get nervous, or an extra $1,000 a month is comfortable. But what's on the other side of it? 256, 1,024. You guys, that's what I did. That's what I personally did. I personally said, I am going to go share with 4 people. I identified those 4, and then we helped those 4. 90 days later, I was looking at a couple extra $1,000 coming into my account every month. And I just kept helping the newest person find 4 people. And sometimes they wanted to find them, and sometimes they didn't. But I can tell you right now, more than ever, people are looking for what you have. They're trying to find a way to stay at home and work. They're trying to find a way to have better health. They're trying to find a way to overcome these obstacles. And all I do, all Joy does, and many of you, we find solutions. All we are is offering a plan that typically helps and gives you a solution to whatever problem it is that's going on at your home, whatever is stressing you out. As I said before, there's not many things that a couple extra $1,000 in your account wouldn't make a change some way, somehow. So it really comes down to this. Your friend that invited you on here, your business partner that said, hey, take a look at this. They're saying, I want you to be one of the 4 people that I link arms with. Are you that person? Or are you one of the 16 who go, I'm not really interested in that, but I definitely will redirect some of my health and wellness spending to you, because I'd rather you make the money than Amazon or GNC or Walgreens. And we as a community are going to supporting our smaller communities so that we don't end up with a low class and an elite class. We are single-handedly going to save the middle class. Do you want to be on the upper end of that, or do you want to be on the lower end of that? Here's your chance. Times are changing. And here's your chance to have a piece of it. So thank you for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. I know I threw a lot of information at you, but I do know this. You could not be in a better place with better people at a more important time. It's not an accident that someone reached out to you today. So thanks for joining us. Get more information. Let us help you get started. And we'll see you guys back here, same place, an hour later on Thursday. We'd love to have you. We'd love you to bring some friends with you. Can't wait to see this community grow. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks, Joy, for sharing.
Thank you.